Happy Manga Monday! The first Monday of 2025! Oh my gosh, it is officially a new year. And what better way to ring in a new year than by sharing with you all my massive December haul, and just a huge thank you to my friends and my family who contributed to this giant haul. So thanks in advance, and thanks to you for watching and subscribing, hopefully, to the channel. I would be so grateful if you did, and if you like this video, just hit that thumbs up button and comment below. What did you get for Christmas, Hanukkah, holidays, etc.? What did you gift yourself? And anything else that you would like to comment below in the new year. I'm wishing you all a happy new year. So yeah, let's get onto it. You might notice something different in the corner here. I got a spinning book carousel for Christmas from my parents, so that's super awesome. I've been putting my Danmei that I haven't read yet and a lot of webtoons, mostly webtoons on here as of right now. So yeah, I absolutely love it. Let's start off this haul video with anime. So I actually got a good amount of anime in December. First up is the anime that I gifted to myself. I got it off of Crunchyroll. I did give in and made my first Crunchyroll purchase. All right. I admit it. I am a fraudster. The deals were too good. I had to do it. But yeah, I got the Digimon movies remastered with the original format of them, and a new dubbing, along with a re-release of the old Frankenstein monster that was the Digimon movie that I watched and quite enjoyed growing up. I have to say, I rewatched it with a friend, both versions, and they're both really good for different reasons. Just really happy they re-released this one. Next up, one that has been on my birthday / Christmas wish list for forever for my parents, because I give them a list of tons of things that I would enjoy, and that is Oh Maidens in Your Savage Season. This one is so cute. I watched it years and years ago, around when it first came out, and I just absolutely love it. I think it's such a great coming of age and young love type story, centering around this club, this literature club, and these 5 central friends and girls and their exploration into the maddening world of love and sex and romance and all that jazz. But yeah, I love this DVD. We have fall in the front, spring in the back, and the CDs give us summer and winter. I just love that touch because it's the title, In Your Savage Season, and it touches on all the seasons of the year. And yeah, I just thought it was cute. Next up was a huge surprise to me. My uncle gifted me this. He does not tend to give me anything anime and manga related, but every once in a while he just randomly picks something and surprises me. And this time he surprised me with the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero movie. So that was really exciting. It wasn't like something I was really planning, I guess, on buying myself or asking for specifically, but I'm happy to have it. I like Jujutsu Kaisen. Granted, I've only watched season 1, and I think I only read about to where I watched season 1, but I did read the Zero manga, but I don't remember it that well. So I'm excited. The animation is always stunning in Jujutsu Kaisen, and the battles are really nice, so I'm looking forward to seeing it animated. And lastly, the one I genuinely asked for, like I can make like one or two things like high priority, like things I really, 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 really want. And this was what I really, really, really wanted. And that is the Attack on Titan final season box set. Oh my god, she's glorious. I needed to close out this anime with the box set. It just felt right. It just felt right. But yeah, the box set comes with some pins, some postcards, and this was really cool. It's a booklet that shares some art, cute images, and some interviews in here. So yeah, I just I love this anime so much. So this was really great to have. And it also has like more art and a little comic thing and stuff in this pamphlet. So yeah, I think it's really cool. I obviously was going to buy it for myself and then was like, Christmas is just around the corner. I can wait until then. So I am so thankful and so happy for this one. It's a bittersweet ending, but it's one of my favorite anime still, so yeah. And I'm just happy to have all of the physical copies on DVD because that is me. I am that bitch that still wants all my faves on DVDs and physical copies. So yeah, now I have the whole series and I couldn't be happier. And another Christmas buy was this really cool art book of the Untamed that 7Seas released. It is the official art book. And I really wanted it. I almost bought it for myself, but then it was, it was pricey. It's more gift-like, and I saw people reviewing it and saying that like some of the interviews, like the translations weren't that good and stuff. There was mistakes to be had or what have you, and I just thought, I would really love this to be gotten for me. Flaws and all, I still really wanted it. I love seeing the concept art. I love seeing the stills from the series. I just, yeah. I think this is one of my favorite presents because I just keep looking at it. It is so pretty. And that'll lead us into the Danmei, since the Untamed originally is a Danmei. So I have kind of been on a Danmei hiatus. There's no offense to the Danmeis that are coming out. I just haven't really wanted to spend my money on them because all they do is sit on my shelf and they look pretty. But I've only ever read one all the way through, so I'm like, why am I collecting more of them? But there was some deals, and especially this first one, I'd heard a lot of good things about it from people I follow and like trust their judgment on Instagram, so definitely interested to read this one. And it is Peerless Volume 1. So I'm loving the concept of a rival intelligence agency that have to like work together or something. Like, it's giving enemies to lovers, and you know that's my bread and butter. You know that's my kryptonite. So it's also so pretty. Like, these Danmeis are always so beautiful, but like, yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this one. The other one that I bought myself was Ballad of Sword and Wine. I don't really have a reason other than this beautiful cover that I bought it. You know, it's not a good reason. It was a good price and the cover's pretty. But yeah, it's got a lot of passionate hatred in this one. So it's giving like true enemies to lovers vibes where like they actually might hate each other, or at least one of them really hates the other in the beginning. But yeah, I don't know. I heard like mixed things on this one, so if you've read it at all, let me know if you liked either of these down below. And then lastly, this one was a gift from my friend, and he knows I really do like me the Danmeis, but that I had already bought the original soft cover publication of this one, and I was struggling because I didn't really want to buy the hardcovers, but goddamn, they were beautiful. They were so beautiful. And he was like, I gotcha. And I was like, thanks. That was the exchange. But yeah, it's the Heaven Officials Blessing hardcover. I mean, it is so pretty. I still need to do a dedicated post on my Instagram about this one. I just, oh my god, she's so pretty. Like the sprayed edges, I can't. I don't really own, I don't think, a book with sprayed edges. Like, so this is exciting to me. And yeah, she's just pretty. I mean, what's not to love? It's very nice. Like the pages are nice quality. It's definitely higher quality than the paperbacks, but I think what I'll do is read the paperbacks still and just like let this one just be beautiful on my shelf. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I've only ever watched the anime and I haven't even finished it because my cousin moved and she's not hounding me to watch it with her. So however, my goal is to try and read a Danmei each year. I'm only gonna try, but this year I think I'm gonna tackle Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation because I have been wanting to read it. I love the Untamed and I really enjoyed the anime. So I'm like, I just need to buckle down and read this. So yeah, still probably not gonna tackle this series this year, but it's always next year. And that brings me to the other small category that I don't always buy, usually don't, but I feel like that's probably gonna change now. We'll see. But that is light novels, and I have bought two. I bought the first two of Agents of the Four Seasons. I really enjoyed the manga, but there was a comment on here from a lovely person, thank you so much, who talked about how lyrical and poetic that the light novel was, and from the beauty of the art in the manga, it just made me really interested to see how the light novel compared and if it like gave more depth and detail to the story, because it's a very like interesting bones of a story that the manga gave me. I just want more. So yeah, I'm really hoping that the light novel gives me more. I got the first 2 volumes, which completes Dance of Spring. This is like arcs, like how ReZero has arcs. So yeah, then there's more volumes after these, but these complete this first arc, I guess. So yeah, and oh my god, the little chibis on the back, how cute! Like, I don't know, everything about these are adorable. So I'm hoping to read through this maybe come spring, because it feels very apropos. All right, last smallest really category before we get into the main feature, and that's webtoons. I only got one webtoon this I almost said this year, this past month. Anyway, it was a pre-order of A Stepmother's Martian. I still don't know how to say this, but yeah, another beautiful installment in this series. Now on to the main feature, and that is all of the manga. And there's a lot, so I'm going to try to be fast, and I'm going to tackle ongoing series first and foremost. Ongoing series that were Christmas presents from my parents. I figured I'd start there, and first up we have 3 volumes of Sword of the Demon Hunter. So I was really interested in the first volume. I thought it was really dark and like a concept I would like, but I wasn't 100% sure. So I put them on my wish list to possibly get more. And I was really excited to get not just the second volume, but the third and the 4th volume. So I actually read them all, I believe, on Christmas Day or into the next day. But anyway, I've read them all. I think the second volume was the weakest of the lot. The change of character for one of them to me didn't feel fleshed out enough, didn't feel earned. Just completely devolving into madness kind of, and it was jarring to say the least. But I really like where we ended up in volume 4 with our main character kind of just being like a vagabond demon hunter for hire type person. So yeah, I'm curious. I'm excited to read more of this one still. It's not my favorite series, but I like the dark fantasy aspect of it. Next up, I was gifted 2 volumes of Miruko-chan. So I'd been not continuing this one for a while, even though I really liked volume 1. I don't know why it wasn't one that I wanted to pick up, even though I enjoyed it. But yeah, so I got volume 2 and volume 3, and I'm excited to read more of this girl that can see ghosts, creepy stories and experiences. And then I got volume 2 of Yotsuba! She's so cute. I really liked volume 1 that I read just a little while ago and did a video on it. But again, not one that I'm gonna rush out and buy for myself. It's just cute slice of life comedy with this small weird child. Next up, filling a silly little hole that I made for myself is the 6th installment of Mason Ikoku. So I bought the 7th volume of Mason Ikoku a while ago because it was a really good deal. Like, we're talking like $9, and I was like, well, I can't pass that up. So that was an annoying hole. So I'm really happy to have that hole filled with the 6th volume. So now I just need to complete that series. I think I'm getting really close. Then I also received Vinland Saga Volume 12, or Book 12. I am committed to this edition. I don't want the fatter, more intense hardcovers. I'm sorry. I did it for Hellsing, but I don't care enough for Vinland Saga. I actually think these hardcovers are really nice, and the colorful spines look really nice in my room. So I'm on board of these editions, and I'm super excited because it looks like, based on things I looked into online, that maybe, just maybe, this manga is actually ending soon. And in that case, I'm gonna dive right back into this. It was just one of those I knew I wasn't gonna be able to keep up with buying the volumes as they came out. And I wasn't gonna be able to keep up with everything that was going on and all the characters, but I absolutely loved what I read of this in the beginning. I read like the first 2 omnibuses, so I'm excited to dive back in, and I'm excited to see how it ends when it does. And then one I've also fallen behind on that I do really want to complete, and that is already complete in Japan, but I am pretty sure is actually completing this year as well, and that is Tokyo Revengers. I got volume 21 and 22 omnibus, so I'm catching up slowly but surely. But yeah, it's just, unless I see a really good deal for one of these omnibuses, it's one of those things where I'd just rather get it as a gift at this point. I really loved Tokyo Revengers. But at a certain point, I kind of lost my like super duper obsessive love for it. I still am interested, and I still want to read it. There was a certain part, and I just wasn't as invested anymore. But I'm still excited to collect it all and to read on eventually, because I haven't finished it yet. Honestly, I haven't. I read a lot of it online, but I haven't finished it, so. And the last ongoing manga, I believe, I'm pretty sure, that my parents got for me, is the 2nd omnibus of Innocent. So again, really liked what I'd read of the first omnibus, which was only, granted, the first volume in the first omnibus, or like at least like halfway. I don't remember if this is a 2-in-1 or a 3-in-1. I mean, they're still thick. I feel like they're more like a 3-in-1. But I have a burning hatred towards Dark Horse, and this story, though very interesting, and the art especially stunning, it wasn't that high on my priority list to buy for myself. So again, I'm so excited to get this for Christmas. It is, I think, complete at the 3rd omnibus, if I'm not mistaken. You can let me know in the comments if I am. I thought I saw that somewhere, but I did not double check. But yeah, this is a very rich historical fiction, very dark. But yeah, definitely interesting, definitely something I want to read when I have all the volumes together. So yeah, again. And then on to the gifts that another friend bought me for Christmas. She asked me what I wanted, and I really, really wanted more free urine. For some reason, I never could find the second volume when I'd go to my local manga store. And I really like to buy from my manga store, but like, it's nice when I can buy like the slightly cheaper ones because I have to pay like more full price, or like, you know, there's less of a discount or a sale. But yeah, I like to support them, and I do buy the more expensive volume sometimes. And they would never stinking have volume 2. So I haven't read on. I did watch the anime. I loved the anime. So yeah, so she gifted me volume 2, volume 3, and volume 4, the perfect snowy cover with one of my favorite characters. I'm sad he like branches off from them, but I hope he comes back because I really liked him. But yeah, I just really, really loved the anime of this one. I really loved the first volume of the manga as well that I had read, and which is why I watched the anime this year. And yeah, I just hadn't got any more, but now I have more, so yay. And she also gifted me, which I'm guessing it was one of those things where she bought an extra copy, because she's given me extra copies before, which is super sweet of her, as presents. So yeah, she gave me Wolf Girl and Black Prince volume 10. I couldn't believe it was already up to volume 10. I am on volume 3. So this is quite a bit in the distance for me. I have a huge hole now to fill, but super appreciative nonetheless, because this is a really, really cheesy but cute rom-com. So yeah. So now I believe we are on to the ones that Zoe bought for herself. A lot of these I did get off of the Black Friday deals of Crunchyroll, so yeah, I'm just gonna breeze through these. Anyway, we have Kizururu Kill Me Volume 2. I enjoyed Volume 1. It wasn't my favorite read, but I knew the manga store, if they still had it anyway, had it anyway in their half price section, used section. So I was like, I liked it enough to at least check out Volume 2 and see if I fall more for the romance of this one. Then I got the pre-order of Welcome to Demon School Arumikan Volume 11. I finally just got caught up reading volumes 8, 9, and 10. So I haven't read volume 11 yet, but I just love this one. Such a soft fantasy shonen type story. It's so cute and funny. I mean, there's dark elements, sure, but like in like action, but like mostly just like such a cute, fluffy vibe. I also picked up the second volume of Medaka Kuroiwa is Impervious to My Charms. Again, I found this for half off. I liked the first volume. I wasn't in love with the first volume, but I was told that the second volume, it gets better and things kind of settle in, which I was hoping that was the case. So I'm very excited to read on. Then I picked up the 5th volume of My Dear Curse Casting Vampires. Oh, the covers of this series are just stunning. So pretty. And another one that I collected on from that I read this past December, Uncle from Another World. I got a really good deal on volume 2. I am concerned because I ordered 2 other things with this one and it looked like they shipped together, but then only this one came. So I'm waiting until the like actual date it said like it would arrive by to be like, you only sent me 1 thing out of 3. So the fun times of being a manga collector, I guess, or collector of anything probably. But yeah, again, I really liked Uncle from Another World. That was funny, that it was just off the wall and different type of isekai. And I, again, like wouldn't probably have gotten another volume as quickly as I did, but it was a really good deal. Like, I just can't resist a good deal. And another pre-order that finally came, I think it was pushed a little bit, as per usual their releases are. And that is March Comes In Like a Lion, Volume 3. I really loved Volume 1. Again, I think it's one I want to read like all together to see the growth and development of the characters. But you never know, I could change my mind because it is a more slice of life story, so I could see also just like reading it. But Denpa's release schedules are usually pretty bad, so I don't know if I want to do that because I'll be waiting a while for the next volume. Some more pre-orders I got in this past month were volume 11 of The Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess, one of my absolute favorite villainous isekai type stories. So good. Then I got another villainous title, The Condemned Villainess. Goes back in time and aims to become the ultimate villain. So I'm really liking this one. I would say it's one of my newer released favorites of the last year. I think that's when it started releasing. I don't know, end of previous year maybe, who knows. But yeah, they're cranking out these volumes pretty quickly, so that's awesome. And the adorable The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity volume 4 already. They're also really cranking out this one because the volume 1 came out this year and was in my best of part 1 manga series. So yeah, super excited about it though. I absolutely am loving reading each volume of this one. Was no exception. Very cute, very wholesome. Some more that I picked up at the manga store. We have volume 3 of Bride of the Barrier Master. I really love this one. And the 3rd volume's release just flew under my radar. So I finally got a chance to pick it up. Awesome. And then I also got volume 3 of Let's Do It Already and I Want to Do Bad Things With You. These were both in my top fave part 2 of my favorite first volume reads of the year. And they are really cranking out these, releasing them so fast. And they are both so cute. Highly recommend if you want some adorable romance in your life. Speaking of adorable romance, I also got Puppets Attract Volume 2, just fluffy, feel-good romance with dogs. And also I filled the hole by getting Last Game Volume 4. So I had been on Volume 3, but I found Volume 5 for half off at my manga store, so I had to get it. But I'm very excited to have filled that small hole as well. I hate having these random small holes that I do to myself, but yet it irritates me until they're filled. Another hole that I had created for myself, but have now filled, is with Mr. Villain's Day Off Volume 3. So I, again, found Volume 4 for half off, so thus creating the hole, but we have secured the hole. And I actually read this 3rd volume, one of my last reads of December actually, and it was really cute. I'd say it's more filler, this one. The first 2 were really, really fluffy. I reread the first one and then read on, and I liked it even more the second time reading the first one, but I just wanted to refresh my memory. But yeah, the first and the second one were great. This one was really good, but it just felt a little more fillery. But I'm excited to read Volume 4. Then I got Volume 2 of I Can't Say No to the Lonely Girl. I really enjoyed the first volume of this Yuri, so yeah, I'm really excited to read on. One that I definitely wanted to read more of this December was Black Knight Parade, because it's so perfect. It's all about Christmas and Bad Santa and this mystery about what happened to the good Santa, and I am just like, I am getting more and more invested in this series for sure. I got Volume 2 and Volume 3. Volume 3 was the clincher for me. This was 5 stars. I loved it so much at this point. Like, I was already intrigued by the first 2, but like, Volume 3 was like, yes, I'm on board. And I did order Volume 4, so I probably will still read it. I'm a little bit still in the Christmas spirit. It's supposed to come tomorrow, so yeah, most likely will. But if not, there's always next Christmas. I also got volumes 3 and volume 4 of Ado. So yeah, I really like these 2. I think volume 4 was especially great to me, very gripping, very like taking very dark turns. And I like this character Iwan or however you say his name. It's really interesting to me. So yeah, excited to read more on this one too. Now that I'm almost caught up. I got a couple more volumes of Noragami as well. I got volume 11 and volume 13. I only need a couple more. I just ordered 4 volumes off of Barnes & Noble, and there was supposed to be 2 more volumes that were gonna come with Uncle from Another World. Those are the 2 that I don't know if they are coming in a separate package or what happened to them, but all in all, I should only have the latest 2 volumes to collect, if all of those actually do come in January. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah, there was one more hole I needed to fill, and I did with the Crunchyroll Black Friday sale. I filled these holes, which was really great, and that was Bakemonogatari volume 13. So I'd gotten some that were like a really good deal, I think off Amazon or something in November, and volume 13 wasn't that good of a deal, so I didn't get that one. So I got it for the Black Friday sale, and yeah, I'm getting closer to finishing this series as well now that it's complete. I'm trying my best. And then I also got Villainous Level 99. I got the first volume of this one, I believe it was last Christmas, from my friend, and I did enjoy it, but the prices for them are more expensive, and it wasn't like an immediate fave, like, oh my god, I need to read more. So I'd been like keeping an eye on it, but you know, excited that I finally got to get the next volume because of the sale. Some more pre-orders that arrived as well this month. We got finally volume 2 of Savage Garden. This one kept getting pushed like so much. I read volume 1 like I think very early on in 2024. I don't know, maybe 2023, but I'd been waiting on volume 2 because I thought volume 1 was pretty good. I don't remember much of volume 1 anymore, so this is the problem I have. I read too many manga, and the time it takes between each volume getting published, it makes me forget half the things that happened in the previous volume. But yeah, this is a manhwa, and yeah, like I said, really enjoyed volume 1, so excited to check volume 2 out. Then we finally got a new volume of Black Lagoon. We got volume 13. This series has been crawling, just like very slow releases. One maybe every 2 years now at this point. I have fallen behind tremendously on actually reading it because of that, so yeah. Still really liked what I had read. Very action-packed, very dark and gritty, and with a badass female assassin, so you know it's up my alley. And we also got a new volume of Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead, volume 16. This one has not been dragging. The releases have been coming at a very regular rate, and I am really loving it. I haven't read this latest volume. I don't know if I will until Halloween. I do love saving a few of these volumes to read in October. But yeah, I did watch the anime finally, and that was pretty good. You'll have to tune in to my first anime themed video this coming Wednesday though, if you want to hear more of my thoughts on it. And we have The Eccentric Doctor of the Moonflower Kingdom volume. I hate when they do volumes in Roman numerals. Blah, blah. 8, volume 8. We have volume 8. That took way too long. I have not read this volume yet. I just read the 7th volume finally this past month, so I'm a little behind, but we'll probably, hopefully, read this one soon. It's a weird one, but I like it. Back to more volumes that I picked up off of Crunchyroll's Black Friday sale. I got the 3rd volume of The Villainous and the Demon Knight. I finally just read the 2nd volume of it before this one because I hadn't read it yet. It's smut. It's super duper smut, but I don't know why I still am into this one. I don't know. The steamship titles that I'm into, it's very weird. I do not recommend what I like because I have very odd tastes, I think, when it comes to these anyway, but yeah. Anyway, moving on to one that I feel less shame about, and that is Kowloon Generic Romance. I finally got volume 4 and volume 5. I would have gotten more, but these were the only 2 in stock, and the sale only applied to ones that were in stock. But I'm hoping to get more of the series soon. Yeah, I just really enjoyed this one. The first 3 volumes were really great. These covers are so beautiful, by the way. And yeah, just a really interesting story, so I'm excited to read on. And then I also got volume 2 of Kingdom of Quartz. Another super beautiful cover. I mean, so pretty. The first volume was also so pretty, which was a cover buy. I bought it because of that. I wasn't blown away with the first volume, but I love me a darker tinged fantasy type story, so I'm definitely willing to give volume 2 a shot and hope that I just become super immersed with this story. So yeah, I do believe that that is the last of my ongoing series. So next category, I'm going to break it up before we get to the first volumes that I got last month with the one-shots. I got 2 one-shots as presents for Christmas. This one from my friend, 7 Little Sons of the Dragon. So this is a collection of 7 short stories, and it is by the creator of Delicious in Dungeon. My friend is a huge fan of Delicious in Dungeon. I still need to buy the rest of the series and read it. Working on it. But yeah, this was good. It was a good collection. I have to say, like, as it went on, I liked the stories more and more. The last like 2 or 3 were like the most interesting ones to me. I liked the most. So pretty solid in ones that I've read anyway. It's so hard to give you something very satisfying in like such a short little amount, but did a pretty good job. And then my parents got me this one shot, Mermaid Scales and the Town of Sand. I don't know what I haven't really heard anything about this. I love a mermaid story though, so I put it on my wish list. Color me intrigued. Maybe I'll do another like read a whole crap ton of one-shots again and review them on your video. So if you want that, let me know in the comments. And then I got a few one-shot BLs from the Black Friday sale as well, and by a few I mean quite a bit. First up, we have Play Me Softly. Perfectly okay, nothing of note in my opinion. Marriage to Kitsune-sama. This one was again cute, love the ears. Perfectly fine story. I liked the little bit of angst and love triangle aspect of it. Wraps up really nice and pretty art, yeah. And then we have another angsty little title, Lethal Dose of Love. I really enjoyed this one. It could have been a couple chapters more just to really flesh some aspects out and, you know, go into a little more detail. That would have been preferable. But as it stands, this was a good little BL one-shot. And then the 2 that I haven't read yet, and that is Kind of a Wolf and Fox Colored Jealousy. So they are both by the same mangaka, and I believe I read Fox Colored Jealousy online. But yeah, I just felt like cute boys with cute ears, be a cute time. Yeah, end of story. No further explanation needed, right? All right, and now we'll go on to the first volume. I'm going to do all the first volumes that I've already talked about in any of my 12 first volumes of Christmas first. So in the very first 12 first volumes of Christmas video I did, I talked about Destroy All Humans, They Can't Be Regenerated. I really like this one. I probably would not have gotten this for myself, or at least not right away. But my friend had read it online and he really loved it. So he gifted me this one in December and I read it right away and I also fell in love. Then we have Yes, No, or Maybe Volume 1. Absolutely loved this first volume, BL, and I talked about it in, I believe, the third installment of my 12 first volumes of Christmas videos, so yeah. And in that same video, I also talk about Leviathan, and I gush about it even further in my favorite first volumes of 2024 part 2 video, because it became an instant favorite of mine. And yeah, some other first volumes I got that I didn't talk about in any of those videos. I got some steamship titles. Not much to say here except for they're steamy if you want some smutty in your romance. First up we have Loved by Two Fiancés. If you can get past the inclusion of a kind of split personality of her fiance and not hold it to a psychologically accurate standard, I suppose, in my limited knowledge of the disorder, by the way, but it didn't seem very faithful. But if you can get past that, it had some nice spicy scenes. I mean, I'll probably continue it. I got it half off at my manga store, which is why I took a chance on it, as I do most of my steamship titles. And I also got Healer for the Shadow Hero. So if you want smut, but make it the most wholesome with the like cutest little like babies as your main characters and no real drama to be seen except for like the reason that they smutted up, then you'll really like this. It's very sweet for a steamship title. Out of the ones I've read, probably like this one and Ladies on Top are probably like the two softest ones I've read, but it was pretty good. Yeah, I liked it. And one steamship title that I actually did not wait for a really good sale, but instead pre-ordered it. I mean, I did get a little sale, a little bit of a discount, but still, I do not tend to pre-order steamship titles. However, Guilty Smile, that cover, it had me in a chokehold. And this first volume was really good. I think it's up there with Before You Discard Me, for me personally, as one of my favorite steamship titles to be released that I've read as of yet. So yeah, very good. Very trigger non kind of consent warnings with this one, but however, really good spice. I ended up also picking up all of the Titan manga's first volume releases that released for some reason all at once in December. I don't know why, but I was curious about all of them. First up is Corpse Blade Volume 1. I really just was drawn in by the cover, and the art is really nice and did not disappoint. However, the story was probably my least favorite out of the bunch, not gonna lie. Next up we have Working for a God in a Godless World. This one I was most hesitant about, honestly. I almost didn't grab it, and then I'm like, what the heck, just get all three. What's the harm? And surprisingly really enjoyed it. It's about this guy who ends up kind of getting isekai'd after his father's kind of crazy cultish ways get him apparently killed, and he ends up in this world that doesn't believe in gods or anything, no religion to speak of, except this world has its own weird ass rituals and problems and fantasy elements to it, and he ends up summoning his weird father's cultish god to this world. It was amusing. It was an amusing time, yeah, overall. Lastly, my favorite of the three was Somali and the Forest Spirit. So yeah, this just had like a really interesting atmosphere, really beautiful art. It has this wandering fantasy type story where we're following this human child and this golem that took her in. and is trying to find her parents. Very simple premise, very like getting just little glimpses each chapter of a different part or different characters or creatures of this fantasy world, but it was just really enjoyable. So yeah. Then we have this one I grabbed at the manga store, Always a Catch. How I Punched My Way into Marrying a Prince. It is just as cheesy as it sounds, but our main protagonist is quite adorable and innocent and fun. So I really liked her. I haven't really warmed up to their actual romance yet, seeing as it's more one-sided. He just really likes her and thinks she's neat, which, agreed, she is neat. But yeah, I'm interested though to see the actual romance blossom more, and yeah. Another romance one I decided to finally pick up because of the Crunchyroll sale was Volume 1 of Turns Out My Online Friend Is My Real Life Boss. So I was a little hesitant on this one. I'm not a gamer girl, but I like me a workplace romance. So yeah, and this first volume was just really pricey. I mean, I get it's like a 2-in-1 or something, but yeah, it was a much more pricey first volume. So I just decided, hey, there's a sale, I'm gonna grab it. And it was really cute. Like, I did like it. I wouldn't say it's like the favorite first volume BL that I read, but it's cute. Some less cute first volumes. We have 100 Ghost Stories That Will Lead to My Own Death. So this one is very interesting, very creepy, surprisingly well done. If I had read this before I made my worst manga reads video, I would have included this as an option for Be Very Afraid, whatever, this title. Because I didn't care for those short stories. They lacked the real intrigue or creepiness factor. This one does a really good job. This covers the first 10 spooky stories that this little boy is telling to us, or who, you know, whatever, that is set up here. So each story is really not linked, except for our narrator being the same little boy who is determined to tell 100 ghost stories and summon a ghost. Apparently that's what happens when you tell 100 ghost stories. So each day he's telling us one story, and they were pretty damn effective. Like, I wouldn't say all of them were hits for me, but the majority were either really creepy or really like interesting and thought-provoking and dark, and they weren't all the same type of ghost stories either. There was a really nice variety of the different types of horror stories that are out there. So yeah, I thought it was really, really good. And there's 10 short stories essentially. That's essentially all this is 10 short stories. But they were really well done. So if you like horror, I'd recommend it. My parents also got me one more final first volume, and that is Flying Witch. I read the first volume on Hoopla back when I was traveling, and I really, really loved it. So I definitely wanted the physical copies, but since I'd already read the first volume, it was like less enticing to buy it. So yeah, I'm really excited to have this one and to collect more and read more of this series. I just like, again, there's just too many good manga out there. I can't keep up with them all. Lastly, the last only first volume that I got was actually the final present from my one friend, and it was New Game Volume 1. So I just thought she was like the cutest thing ever. Like, I can't get over this cute cover, but I never, again, I'm not a video game girly. The subject didn't seem like something I would necessarily love, so I had it on my wish list for my friend, and he picked this, and I'm really excited because it just looks so cute. It's also apparently like the panel style, which is not usually my favorite. I just can't fall into a manga when it's the 4-panel structure, but I'm reserving my judgment. I haven't read it yet. It's one of the few first volumes I haven't read yet, but hopefully I will in January, and I hope I really like it. And the last two are ones I got more than just the first volume, so I saved them for the last. And first up we have Gachiakuta. I have been interested in this one since it first came out. Same with the other one that starts with a G. However, my manga store never had the first volumes of either of those. They had the first volume finally. So I was like, yes, I'm gonna get it. And I decided to get the second volume as well. I did read the first volume. I have not read the second volume. I was not blown away by the first volume. Everyone telling me how amazing and underrated this one is, and I'm really, really hoping that volume 2 sells me on it, because volume 1 was just like pretty typical, pretty typical, dark and interesting world premise. But I'm hoping it's like setting things up, and volume 2 will definitely get me more invested in the characters, because as of now, I didn't really care for any of the characters. But that's my gripe on it. It's not bad. I just like wasn't, I guess maybe it was a little overhyped to me. Like people were like really talking it up. When that happens, sometimes my expectations go a little too high. So maybe it's a me problem. Last first volume and on that I got, I had no expectations going in. Zero, zilch, nada. I surprisingly really, really liked it. And that is my final Christmas present from my parents. The Die Dark box set. So I got volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I had put this on my list with a couple of box sets. I like giving them options, like I said. And this is not a series I necessarily thought was going to be up my alley. I did read the first volume of Dora by the same mangaka. I wasn't like super blown away by it. However, I'm wondering if I read a couple more volumes, I will, because by the end of these 4 volumes, I was invested and really, really loved these weird and wacky characters. So yeah, I got the first volume of Die Dark. It is about a boy and his skeletal companion who has a curse on him that anybody, kills him and takes his bones, they'll get their wish granted. Very weird. He's trying to find whoever cursed him and kill that person so that the curse is broken. But yeah, very weird premise, very sci-fi, dark, gritty vibes, but with this really weird, wacky, dark humor running throughout it that keeps it light and surprisingly enjoyable, at least to me. Here I got volume 2, volume 3. We also add more characters to our main character and his skeletal friend. So it becomes a foursome with Death, literal like death, and just a normal human that doesn't seem to die no matter what you do and can adapt to anything. So 4 very wacky, weird characters that are constantly referred to by the like overarching governing and religious entities in this world as the 4 little shits. I kid you not. It is so funny. I think if your humor is as warped as mine, you'll probably enjoy this one. But I definitely don't think it's for everyone. But it was for me. I hope to buy more soon. I did not expect to like this one as much as I did. Surprise hit of the end of 2024, that's for sure. And it even came with this cool little flyer poster thing. I don't know where I would put it, and it is double-sided, so that means if I put it up, I don't get to see one side. But yeah, thought I'd share. Last category is the manga series that I've completed. And there's only a couple short ones, but hey, it's something. So from the Black Friday sale at Crunchyroll, I got the final volume of The Girl with the Sanpaku Eyes. This is the only one I've read. I finished it. Yeah, it was really cute, really sweet vibes. I like that this series is color, and it's cute. What can I say? And then I also ended up grabbing volumes 3 and volumes 4 of Super Morning Star. So this is complete in 4 volumes. It's a BL that I read the first 2 volumes of, but I probably will reread the first 2 volumes of because it's been such a long time since I've read it. But it was really cute and wholesome. Again, first love romance type story. And lastly, the only one that I had pre-ordered and am really excited and really want to finish reading it now that it is complete, is Neighborhood Story by Ayazawa. So yeah, to the best of my knowledge, this is complete in these 4 volumes, and I read the first one. I really loved it, and I love everything I've read by Ayazawa, so I am just really excited for this last installment and to get into it and read it. And as always, it came with such a cute final cover. Each one has a different suit on it, which is cute. Each one's a different color. It's just, yeah, I'm so happy they finally printed more of her work in America, and that they did it in such beautiful editions as a bonus. So I'm really happy. And yeah, that is all the manga. I know this was a super long video. I had a lot to share with you all, not just manga even, this particular haul. If you're not interested in any extra anime goodies, I just have 3 from my friends that were presents as well that I really want to shout out and share because they're so cute. If not, if you're only here for the books, then goodbye. But if not, I got this adorable Ren pin from my friend. She this is the store, I believe, but yeah, I really like Ren. I mean, obviously Shin's my boy, he's my fave. I think she said that they have been out of stock with Shin for a while, and she gave me some Shin pins before, so like, you know, it's okay. And she had this extra, so I am so excited to have this blushy little Ren boy. And then my other friend got me a acrylic and a figure that were really cool, so I wanted to share. First up, the acrylic goes with the Danmei that he got me, and that is this beautiful Heaven Official's Blessing acrylic. Like, so pretty. I love this background. Obviously, like, it kind of makes me chuckle when I see it. I don't know if I should like feel more like oh, the angst and the drama of this. It just gives stalker. I'm sorry to like keep like that obsessive to keep making statues of the guy you obsessed with. It makes me chuckle, so this brings me joy. Thank you. But yes, it's beautiful nonetheless. Without context, that was probably weird. So sorry about that. And last, and probably one of my absolute favorites, highlights of the Christmas season, was this absolutely adorable and charming Free figure. She's stuck. She's stuck in the trunk. She's stuck in the fucking... This was one of my favorite moments in the Free anime. It's just something about how like normally composed and almost regal and otherworldly Free is 98% of the time, but she can't resist. She can't resist checking for treasure and getting her fucking ass stuck in these trunks and then being a little whiny baby. It's so funny. I love that. It's... Have I told you to go watch the Free anime yet? It's so good. And you can actually open it up and take her out. And she's got the derpiest, let me focus her, got the derpiest little adorable face. I feel like her face should be a little less like happy derpy and more like panic derp, but that's okay. And then you got the trunk with its teeth. Yeah, I forget what they're called. Gimmicks or something. I don't remember. Anyway, it's not the point. But yeah, I'm gonna nom right onto her. And this was so cute. And again, so funny, makes me laugh, makes me chuckle, brings me joy. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, that'll do it for everything I wanted to share with you this video. And thanks so much for watching. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season, and that you will join me back here on Wednesday for my first anime video. I'm going to try to be doing like at least 2 anime type videos every month on Wednesdays. So yeah, again, if you haven't, subscribe and hit the bell notification so you do not miss those extra videos now that will be a little bit more regular, and so you don't miss these Monday videos talking about manga. And yeah, one last thank you to everyone who gifted me these amazing Christmas presents, and a thank you to everyone who's watched this video all the way to this point. You are a true one. And until next time, bye!